Hello there, Veena here from smartpaycard.com, and today I'm very happy to announce the release of SPC version 4.2. Now this is a huge release for SPC because we have simplified things, and I think you are going to enjoy the SPC experience when you create your checkout page, when you create your buy buttons a lot more than before. Now SPC was always easy to use, but you will see that with this release, it's even more intuitive and even more easier to use. So now I'll give you a quick tour of SPC and show you what has changed and also show you how to quickly set things up in SPC. Okay, so first a quick overview of the steps that you need to follow whenever you want to create a payment button in SPC to sell your products. First thing that you need to do after you install SPC is visit SPC settings page, and there you can enter your live and sandbox credentials for the payment processor that you plan on using. If you plan on using Stripe or Authorize.net, enter Stripe or Authorize.net credentials there. If you also plan on using PayPal, enter your PayPal credentials there as well. Now, the reason we encourage users to enter sandbox credentials in SPC is because that way you can test your payment buttons in sandbox mode before you go live with it. So sandbox credentials are not the same as live credentials. So if you have a sandbox account with PayPal, if you have a sandbox account with Authorize.net, enter those credentials there. As far as Stripe is concerned, it's really easy to get your test credentials from Stripe. Just log into your Stripe account and then click on View Test Data, and then get your Stripe test keys from your Stripe account and enter that in SPC settings page, sandbox mode. Okay, so once you have done entering your credentials in the SPC settings page, next step, visit SPC checkout page and create a checkout page. Now, checkout page is nothing but their order form. That's where users can enter their contact details, their billing details, and complete the purchase. So you need to create a checkout page. You only have to create a checkout page once. You don't have to keep doing it for every product that you want to sell. Now, once you have created a checkout page and you have entered all of your payment credentials and everything is set, going forward, whenever you want to sell something, whenever you want to sell a product, all you have to do is create payment buttons to sell the product that you want to sell. So visit SPC, buy buttons page, and create a payment button. SPC can pick up products directly from dApp, so you don't even have to create your products in SPC. So when you create a payment button, tell SPC what product you're going to sell, and then pick a checkout page. It will let you pick a checkout page from whatever checkout pages you already have created. You can pick one of those checkout pages, and then it will give you a payment button, and just publish that payment button on your sales page, and you can start selling. Going forward, if you want to create new buttons, just create a copy of the existing button. You can just clone it and then edit the button, make the necessary updates to it, just change the product that you want to sell, publish, and start selling. So once you have one button, creating additional buttons in SPC is really easy. I don't think you're going to find a shopping cart platform that's more easy to use, that's faster than SPC in terms of setting up your payment buttons and in terms of how soon you can start selling your products. So the focus of this release was to simplify the checkout page creation process and also to simplify buy button creation process, and everything flows better now. So let me show you the exact changes that we have made in this release and how we have simplified things. So as I mentioned before, the major changes that we have made in this release are to the manage checkout page and to the buy buttons page. So let's start with the checkout page. I'm going to click on add new checkout page to add a new checkout page. And as I go through the process of checkout page creation, you will see the changes that we have made as well. So I'm going to give the checkout page a name, create, and next, payment options. So now say that you have not entered your credentials in the settings page, you will be able to do that from here. You don't have to go back to settings page to do it. So payment options, how do you want to sell it? You want to sell with PayPal, you want to sell with Stripe. So you can select whatever payment option you want to use on the checkout page. If you want to use both PayPal, Stripe, or say PayPal Authnet, you can just tick the right checkbox. You can just click here to add the credentials. So you don't have to go back to the SPC settings page to add it. You can add it from right here. Similarly, if you have not added your Authnet credentials, for example, you can add it from here. So here I'm going to select PayPal and Stripe. I have connected my sandbox account. I'll be testing in sandbox first. So make sure to connect your live account. And if your sandbox account is not connected, that's fine. If you don't want to use sandbox for testing, it will say click here to connect sandbox. You can just ignore it if you don't have a sandbox account. So next, one-step or two-step checkout. I'm going to select one step. Select a checkout template. You will see that we have added a couple of new templates. These are pretty cool. So I recently launched a plugin called Show Sales Proof, and I used a combination of Thrive Architect and SPC checkout shortcode to create a checkout page like this. And I got a few emails from users saying that they like my checkout page and they wanted to know how I created it. So all I have done here is I'm using a Thrive Architect template, a 2-column layout. And on the left side, I have this. And on the right side, instead of whatever was there in that template, I removed it. And I inserted the SPC checkout shortcode to create a checkout page like this. So what we have done now is in this new SPC, we have actually added a template that looks exactly like the template I have for show sales proof. So you'll see here, when you click on it, it will look very similar. So you don't have to use Thrive Architect to build a checkout page. It's going to look like that out of the box. So I'm going to select this checkout and show you. So this is the new template. You can see it looks very similar to what I have. You can click and edit the content that you see here. Order details, SPC will figure this out based on the products you're selling, and it will populate it automatically in the live mode. So you don't have to do anything here. And also there is this advanced setting tab. If you enable that, you will see the layout of your checkout. Now, when you create a buy button to sell your product, that's when you can select your payment options. So say that you don't want the payment option to be there, you can move it down here, right above the payment information section. You will see order bump goes here. If you want order bump to go here, right above the order details. So all of this is drag and drop. It's pretty cool. So you can use the advanced customizer to drag drop different sections in SPC. You can see that all of this has changed. We have rearranged the customizer. So on the right side, we have the field customizer. On the left side, we have the template style customizer. So if you want to increase the width of the template, if you want to change the padding, background color, border color, all of that, you can do that here. But if you want to add, remove fields, add additional fields, drag drop fields and stuff like that, you can use the customization options that you see on the right side. So once you customize it however you want, then you can go ahead and click on save. When you save it, it's going to give you a shortcode, which is going to be like this. So now if you edit this page in WordPress, you will see that the shortcode, SPC shortcode, will be on that page. So SPC will automatically insert the shortcode in the regular WordPress editor. But if you don't want it here, then you can remove it from here, update it, and then insert it wherever you want. So you can use your own page builder plugin. You can format it. You can change the page template to whatever template you want, and then insert the shortcode wherever you want the order form to appear on that page. You can design your checkout page however you want because it's a regular WordPress page. And wherever you want the order form to appear on that checkout page, you can just insert the SPC shortcode right there. All right, so once you have created your checkout page, next step is to visit the buy buttons page and create a new buy button to sell your products. So this is the buy buttons page. I'm going to click on add new button to add a new payment button, and all the existing buttons are going to show up here. So if you want to get the payment button code that you have to publish on your sales page, you can get it from here for existing buttons. And also sandbox live mode. If you want to switch from sandbox to live, you can just click on this switch right here to switch it from sandbox to live or live from sandbox. All right, so now I'm going to create a new button. To create a new button, click on add new payment button, and it'll bring up a page like this. And you will see that all of this has changed now. Everything is more logically arranged, so it's easier to understand and it flows better. So step one is to enter a button name. You can give it whatever name you want. Ideally, you should name it the same as your product name, just so it's easy for you to recognize what product this button is for. And then select product. So you can pick any product you want for which you want to create the payment button. SPC picks up the products from DApp if you use DApp, so you don't have to create your products in SPC if you are a DApp user. So this is the product I'm looking to sell. So step 3, pricing details, so currencies. So you will see this has also changed. Before you had to manually enter the currency. Now you can pick one of the currencies from the drop down here. So it's USD. Do you want to override the price? If you want to override the price in DApp, you can say yes, enter the new price. If you're okay with the price in DApp, just say no. And you can see all the product details by clicking on this link. So it will show you the product settings in DApp. So you don't have to go back to DApp to see your setting. You can see it right here. All right, so next, payment plan. So if you want to allow your users different ways to purchase the same product, for example, one payment of $100, 3 payments of $40. If you want to allow those options, you can do that using payment plans. So for every plan, you need to have a product in DApp. So even if it's the same product, but you want to allow users to purchase it in 2 or 3 different ways, for example, you still have to create them as separate products with the right price in DApp. So DApp knows exactly how this user is going to be given access to that product. So here you can say, yes, I want to offer a payment plan. And if you don't, then just say no there. But if you want to offer payment plans on the checkout page and allow users to select different plans, then you can say yes here. And here where it says add a pricing option, by default, it will show the pricing for this product that you are trying to sell, for the main product that you have selected here. And you can click and edit. So you can say one payment of $100, but whatever you set there, make sure this product in DApp is set up with the right price, because that's what SPC will be using. So just changing the description here is not going to help if your product is not set up with the right amount. So make sure your product is set up to charge users one payment of $100, and that you can do in DApp. And say that you want to add additional payment options, and all you have to do is click on add a pricing option and select the new product and say that this is the product that allows users 3 payments of $40. So you can select the product that allows them that and change the description to say 3 payments, for example, 3 payments of $40. You have to make sure that the product in dApp that you're selecting is also set up to charge the users 3 payments of $40. It has to be the right amount. And this is going to be the default option that users are going to see when they visit the checkout page, and they can select a different option by selecting a different radio button. So again, this was something that used to be in the order bump tab, and it was very confusing and not easily visible. So now we have rearranged everything so it all flows much better. All right, so next, product header. If you want to attach a product header to your checkout, you can say yes, enter an image, upload an image. If you have an image for this product in the dApp products page, it will pick it up. Otherwise, you'll have to upload an image here. So another cool thing that we have done is this option to refresh without reloading the page. So before, say that you were creating a payment button and you realize that you need to make an update to the product in dApp, then you would have to go to dApp, make the updates, and come back and reload the page for those changes to take effect, for you to see those updated changes from dApp. But you no longer have to do that. So say that you're creating your payment button and you realize that you need to add a new product in dApp. You can add the product or make the updates that you want to make in dApp. Come back and click on this refresh. It'll pick up all the new details from dApp automatically, so you don't have to reload the whole page and lose all the updates that you may have made to the button at that point. So this is a pretty cool feature. We have also done this in the order bump tab, and I'll show you that, and I'll talk to you about that when we go to that tab. But it's a pretty cool option because you no longer have to reload the whole page. You can just refresh the dropdown and get the latest updates in the dropdown. All right, so the product header, if you don't want to display product header on the checkout, you can set it to no. I don't use product header. I don't display product header on my checkout page because it's not required because the order details are displayed on the checkout page by SPC automatically. So users will know what product they're buying. You don't have to display this header at the top of your checkout page, but if it's a subscription product, then you should, because this way they can see the subscription terms at the top, because in the order detail section, they will only know what they're being charged initially, but they won't see the terms. So it's a good idea if you're selling a subscription product to display product header and upload an image for your product. So it'll be displayed along with the terms. Here I'm going to upload an image. And next, do you want to offer an order bump? So here I'm going to say yes, and you will see the updates we have made here as well. There's a refresh button here. So say that you realize that you want to offer an order bump, but you don't have an order bump offer yet, and you want to go to the SPC order bump page, which you can access from here, order bump, or you can access from right here, order bump. Say that you realize that you want to create the order bump offer in SPC, so you can open the SPC order bump page in a new tab, make the necessary updates, create your order bump offer, come back here and refresh, and SPC will pick up all the updates from the order bump page automatically here, so you don't have to reload the whole page. So we have 2 order bump templates. You can select whichever one you want and customize it in the SPC order bump page. So you can even offer multiple order bumps on your checkout page. Again, this feature is unique to SPC. You can also add a title to the order bump offer. So for example, if you have multiple order bumps, you can say frequently bought together. You can display a list of all the products that go well with your main product and offer them under a frequently bought together section. So if you have multiple order bumps, you can customize it here. So here I'm going to say no to order bump, and let's move on to the next. So now this is a new tab. So before we used to have a customized product details tab, but because we have moved the product header stuff to the first tab, so we have removed it from here, and now we have just the coupon stuff and the VAT stuff here. So if you want to add a coupon section to your order form, you can do that here. You can select the type of coupon. You can also say, I don't want to display a coupon section if you don't want to display it. But if you do, then there are a couple of things you can do here. You can customize it here, the border width, color, border style, all that here. And do you want to show original price striked out? Here you can say yes if you want to strike out the original price. And everything is click and edit. You can change the font, you can change the color of the text and all that. Next, select a checkout page URL. So here you can select whatever checkout page you have created. So I'm going to select my checkout page. You can see this is how it looks. And here you can see there is a refresh button. So if you want to make any update to checkout page, or you want to change the checkout page, or if you create a new checkout page and you want to see it here, just click on the refresh and it will show the new checkout page in this drop down. You don't have to refresh the whole page to see it. All right, next. Landing page settings. So where do you want to send the users after they complete the purchase? That's what the landing page tab is about. So do you want to attach an upsell funnel? If you attach an upsell funnel, users will be sent to the first upsell page when they complete the purchase. Otherwise, You can say no to the upsell funnel, and you can enter the URL of the landing page here. So users will be sent here when they complete the purchase. Now, if you want to attach an upsell funnel, you can say yes, and you can select the funnel name here. So first you'll have to create your sales funnel in the manage funnel page. So once you create your upsell funnel in the manage funnel page, you can also access it from here. Then you can select it here. So if you don't have one, you can just set it to no. And if you have one, you can connect it to a funnel. All right, so enter the URL of your landing page. So select the URL of the page to which you want to send users after they complete purchase. So now the last tab, generate button tab. So customize your payment button. If you're going to use your own payment button and just want a payment link, so you can link your payment button to this payment link from SPC, then just use the default option. This is the option most users use. We also recommend this option because you will have the flexibility to use whatever button you want, and you can just connect it to the SPC payment link on your sales page. And there are a few other options. If you want to use an SPC buy button, then there are a few buttons here. We'll add more to this SPC library of buttons, but that's what we have for now. And you can select whatever button you want. So here I'm going to say, I just need a payment link. Select sales page. This is just used for tracking purposes. So just enter your sales page URL, and it will only be used for tracking and reporting. Sandbox or live mode. Are you going to test this payment button in sandbox and then switch it to live when you're done testing? Or are you going to set this to live? Now, you can only use sandbox if you have entered your sandbox credentials in SPC settings page. And if you have not, then you can't use the sandbox mode because you need to have a sandbox account to use sandbox mode. So I'm going to set this to sandbox, save the setting. So right here, now this is the payment link, and you can just connect it to your payment button on your sales page. So when users click on the payment button on your sales page, they will land on this page, and here's how it's going to look. So like I mentioned before, it looks very similar to the checkout page that I have, that I use, but I built it using Thrive Architect and SPC. But now you can create a checkout page like this in no time, just using SPC. So you can see why I'm so excited about new SPC and all the updates that we have made. I can't wait for you to use it, and let me know what your thoughts are. I can't wait for your comments and feedback. My name is Veena Prashant. Thanks for watching.